I bought a brand new Honda Transalp 750 2024 North America. I'm going to do my first ride, first impressions. I basically rode it from the dealer yesterday. I got it yesterday, so rode it 70 miles from the dealer on the highway. So this is really my first ride to get it out and see how it goes, but I'll do a whole walk around and show you everything. But that's going to be another video, because what we all really want to know is how this baby rides, right? We want to know how she rides. We're going on first ride, first impressions, on and off road. We'll see how it goes. Pretty excited. Stick around. Transalp Honda 750. Okay, first off, I'm 5'9.5", 31.5-inch inseam. I'm super close to flat footing with both feet down, but if I just do 1 foot, super easy. I feel like the seat is pretty low and it's kind of sunk down into the bike. It's like the lower it is, the easier it is to manage the weight. We'll get into the weight on this bike, but riding position, pretty comfortable. It's not super tall, which I like. It's easier to manage. Let's do the standing position. Not bad. Like, again, I'm 5'9.5", and these risers on here, damn, they're like 5-inch risers. I think it's plenty. I can stand straight up and not that I want to, but for the people that like to do that, it's possible for me. But in the attack position, you know, chin at the bars, legs straight from the knees down, it's good. I like it. Pretty comfortable. Height-wise, it's a little lower than the rest of the adventure bikes. I think they even sell a lower seat, but yeah. This first ride, first impressions, this bike is completely stock. Completely stock. I haven't done anything to it. I haven't even taken off the little rubber pieces off the foot pegs yet, right? We got quick shifter, all kinds of stuff. It's pretty sweet. And you can see the seat sits down in there. It's not super wide. It doesn't feel super big. Well, looks pretty good. The Dunlop Trail Max mixed tours, what I got on them. I'm gonna burn them up right fast. But yeah, completely stock. We're gonna do it completely stock to see how it works. I'll make a whole video on the user modes, but this is what I'm using for this test ride. I'm using the user mode. The power is full power. The engine braking is at 2/3 on. This is torque. And it keeps going. I keep trying to turn it off, and it keeps going back to full every time I turn it off. I either want like a 1 or off. I would really like it off because that can allow me to do wheelies, and give me full torque down low. I'm going to turn the torque all the way off. You push up and hold it. Now it's off, and it gives me that little indicator over there. But this is what I'm doing it on. Full power, 2/3 engine braking, 0 torque, and ABS off-road, which is basically no rear tire ABS. It sounds pretty good. I'll do a little bit of everything on this ride. Some highway, some around town, some off-road. But it feels pretty good. Now, the first thing that you notice is like how smooth it is. The engine's super smooth. It feels super smooth. It's comfortable. The ergonomics on the setup is pretty comfortable, but man, it's just smooth. Not a lot of vibration, like really nice. Really nice. Got good power. The thing is though, it doesn't have a lot of torque down low, and I think Honda did that by design. There's a lot of people that ride Hondas and are familiar with Hondas. They make a lot of beginner friendly motorcycles, so not all of them are, but they make a lot of them. So a lot of people, associate Honda with, you know, easy to ride, affordable, reliable, all the beginner stuff we want. I don't know if this is a beginner bike at 460 pounds, but it's easy to ride, it's affordable. But I think they keep it, the torque kind of on the higher revs to make it easier to ride for most people. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that stuff can be tuned out. But that's why I did the torque control all the way down. I want as much torque as I can get, and I want to try to get the front wheel up eventually. The suspension feels pretty plush. It does have some rebound in it. I can't get it to pop up on stuff. It feels really light. It feels really comfortable, and it feels really easy to ride. I say, I don't know it's a beginner bike, but it's definitely a second bike option for sure. I think some people will make it a first bike, but I think the average people... It just handles really good. It handles really good. It's real easy to flick. It's real light. It's pretty nice. Let's open it up. It feels really good. I just have to get used to getting higher in the revs. You have to get higher in the revs to get the RPMs up. To get the power. It's got to be up like 5 or 6. So for me, that's a little against the grain on my riding style. I just have to remember to run a lower gear. And when you, like when I was on the highway to overtake people, I had to downshift in the 5th. It just doesn't have that down low. It just don't have that torque down low. Even with the torque off, torque control off, still got to get higher in the revs. And the best way to describe it is like KTM 350 EXCF. That's the way these are. You just have to get into the revs to get the power. But if you keep it up in the revs, she wants to go. She definitely wants to go. But the KTM 350 EXC is the same way, which I think Honda did it by design to make it easier to ride for people so they don't have that twitchy throttle, all that power right on the throttle immediately as you touch it. You know, beginner riders, not aggressive riders, experienced riders who've been riding beginner bikes for 8 years out of the 10 years they've been riding, they're not used to that kind of stuff. I think they're doing it by design to accommodate more people. And I got to figure out the quick shifter. I'll be utilizing that. I'll get into all the features and functions of this stuff. But right now, we're just going to talk about the main stuff. How it rides, how it feels, the power, the suspension. It feels really light. It's 460 pounds, so that's not bad, but it feels light. And it just wants to turn in. It wants to turn in nice. It's very flickable. Very street rideable. Could do some hooligan stuff with it. Got plenty of power. I just gotta learn to like where to utilize it at. But yeah, feels good. See, I always run under 4,000 RPM, so when I want to get on it, it takes a second. But if I would downshift, puts me at 4, it's right there. So let's talk about the windscreen. This is a stock windscreen. It's a little low, but really, it does a pretty damn good job of deflecting the wind. There's a pretty decent burble here. I mean, for such a little front end, it's got a really good, nice burble on it. I'm running an open face helmet, and it's catching me right in the eyes, but it's not bad. It's really not bad. It's not all buffety and turbulent and any of that kind of stuff. I think the wind protection is pretty good for what it is. Me personally, I'll probably go a little taller one. And I'll probably get the little kickers to kick a little more. But realistically, this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. Just the way it handles. It handles good. It's really light and agile. And it feels really light and agile. And it's balanced. And like, it's pretty good. It feels really good. Sounds good, that's for sure. The air intake sounds pretty cool. The engine sounds pretty good. The stock exhaust isn't the greatest, but it's not bad. And the self-canceling blinkers, it's pretty sweet. Pretty good. Hear that baby going. It's really nice. But yeah, I guess the torque control is what they call it. That's traction control. I guess when you turn the key off, you gotta turn it back on all of them. It's not really anything different than normal. Let's see, we'll go this way. I know, like, I'll get into all the riding modes, but in this video, I just want first ride, first impressions. Full beans, how does she do? But it's nice. It really is nice. For the price, this is a lot of bike. The ride's pretty good. Yeah, so I'm consuming about 40 miles to the gallon. And I was doing like 90, 95 on the way back from the dealer, so. And for the people that say this isn't an adventure bike, just stop it. Stop it. This is an adventure bike. Adventure riding isn't just hard enduro on a big bike. And adventure riding's been around longer than the T7. The BMW invented the adventure market, so all adventure riding is like overlanding in a Jeep or a Toyota. You're living off your motorcycle, whether it's all on-road or off-road. It doesn't have to just be hard enduro, but you know, you hear some pretty dumb shit. It's just really, really smooth. Like, the things that stand out the most to me, how smooth it is, how agile it is, how light it feels. It feels super light to handle. It's got good power. Like I say, it's just higher in the revs. Got to be up above 4,000 RPMs to start feeling the power. But I mean, it's great. I'm pretty happy with it. Look at, I'll do this right now. It's easy to turn. It turns easy. It's just so agile that, like, it's easy to turn. Alright, super easy. Like, it's typical Honda. Easy to ride, affordable, and it's going to be easy to maintain and keep reliable. Super maneuverable. The steering lock is pretty good. I'm not even full lock yet. I gotta lean out more to do full lock. But yeah, like, come on. Let's go this way. We'll get into some trails. The brakes are super good. It's got a big old fat disc on the back, and dual calipers on the front. It's pretty sweet. Alright, let's open it up. make a fabulous adventure bike. You can definitely tour across the country on this without spending $20,000+. Now I will say the seat, even though it looks kind of comfortable and plush, it's not the greatest. I've been out here about an hour and I can feel my butt already. Some off-road here. Can't see shit though. Oh, I can't see nothing. You can always tell the people that don't ride at night or in the evening because they say that the bill on their helmet's only for roost. Suspension's handling it fairly well. Pretty sweet. Hey! The suspension's handling this pretty good. This is a Jeep trail, so I think this is about the extent of what I would try to do. And it's handling just fine. The suspension is. The tires, that's another story. But yeah, I think the suspension is fairly decent. I mean, it's no KTM Adventure R suspension, but it was handling this stuff pretty good coming up. Yeah, it seems to be pretty decent. It's good enough for gravel roads and fire roads, I can tell you that. And some Jeep trails. You don't get too crazy. This bike will do me good for Baja. You know, between having this and the 450 RL, I'm covering a lot of bases with my Honda. All Honda in my garage now. Just the way I wanted it. I know some of my KTM friends don't want to hear that, but you know. Let me show you the traction control. This is full traction control. So we'll see how it goes. See, it won't even spin up. You hear it just cut out. Just completely cutting out. Alright, let's try the other one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 settings on the torque control is what they call it, traction control. That was 5, this is 4, so this is a little less intrusive. Let's see how it goes. You can hear it a little bit try to kick in, but just a tiny bit more than the other one. You see it flashing right there too. Let's go to the next one. So this is 3 on the torque control or traction control. There we go. A little bit more. Now this is 2. I'll leave it there. So it'll spin up a little bit and then it catches it. I can pop it loose though. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's go all the way to 1. Now this is a 1. Least intrusive besides 0. You hear blah 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 mine wants to go, but not bad, not bad. Now we'll go to 0. So what I gotta do is hold up, and you see it goes away and the light comes on, no traction control. And I'm gonna hold mode to get out of it, and there it is, 0 traction control, turned off. Right? Yeah, it just goes. Go. Pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know though. When I turn the key off and go to user mode, it's full traction control. It won't say no traction control settings. But that's pretty good. 5 different ranges. Like, so actually 6, because you have off. You have 1 through 5 and then it's off. So that's pretty nice. Alright, the biggest complaint is there's no cruise control. I never use cruise control. When I had my BMW, it had real nice cruise control. I never really used it. Because when I'm in the highway, I'm constantly adjusting to keep space around me. Whether that's speeding up to get away from people or slowing down to get away from people, or I don't ride a motorcycle like I drive a car or a truck because I can move around a lot more freely. I'm always using my throttle. So I don't miss it. And I'm not gonna miss it. So what's the conclusion? I think this bike is really awesome. For $10,000, it's a whole lot of bike. What stands out the most? It's super comfortable. It's easy to ride. It's super agile, super light, wants to turn in real nice. It's just super easy to ride. It's got plenty of power. It's just not on the low end. You got to get up in the higher end, but I think that just makes it less aggressive for a lot of people, which is not a bad thing. I mean, the suspension's fairly decent. It's good enough. Unless you're trying to desert race, then, you know. Let's look at the Honda Transalp 750 2024 version. Super excited about it. Hope you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. You want to see more Transalp content or Honda content, don't forget to subscribe. And I will catch you guys later.